going up. We going crazy. Going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy. Zay Ticky. Believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, understand that you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pouring milk by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas who once were real, who now turning into suckers. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel us. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another exclusive edition of More to Live For. We live from the feds this time around. Got a special guest with me tonight. Special brother, I'm gonna let him introduce himself, let you know everything about him, his journey, and what his experience has been in in the United States federal prison. So we're gonna get it off just like that. What's good with you, G?
What's happening?
I can't call it, man. Maintain it, man. Maintain it.
Always.
Definitely, man. Definitely. If you can, man, let the people know a little bit about yourself, man.
All right, they call me Yellow G. I'm from, Greenville, G Vegas.
Right.
33 years old right now. Been gone 11 years.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, man, that's what this whole movement is about, man. Trying to shine the light on, brothers in situations like yourself, man, and just trying to, be a voice for the voiceless, man, because, oftentimes, man, people get out of sight, they out of mind. So I'm trying to break that cycle, man, and reach out to as many brothers as I can, especially ones that I know. So if you can, man, and it shouldn't be a problem, but if it is, I definitely understand. But can you describe your the nature of your crime that got you a federal sentence?
They got 4 counts of Hobbs Act robbery, which is a robbery by interfering with interstate commerce. And I got charged with a 924C for discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. The 924C discharging carried a mandatory minimum 10 years consecutive to the 9 years they gave me for the robbery. So I got 19 years altogether.
But first of all, man, we all know it's been, I think this video been past 2 minutes already, so I can say I want. We all know that's fucked up. That's a fucked up deal all the way around. So what I'm trying to figure out is, like, in a federal sentence, is no way those two sentences could have ran concurrent.
It could have if they'd have just gave me the enhancement points instead of the 924C, which the 924C is just another way of enhancing you to give you more time than they really have to.
Right. And that's definitely how I feel about the whole situation, man, because for that crime, one thing we can agree on, right is right and wrong is wrong. So I'm
True.
definitely not saying, that it shouldn't have been some consequences for what you did, and I'm pretty sure you agree with that too. But I just think that sentence is excessive, man, and the fact that it ended up being a federal sentence, man, I think that's an issue in itself that should I think more people should look in at that alone, because I don't think that was a federal crime, and for what you did, and and now you're around, the type of guys that you're around are like, I'm not making light of the situation at all, but more people that you're around are, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, white collar, blue collar criminals, like money laundering and stuff like that, like racketeering charges and things like that.
You got a few of them in here, but it's more low-level drug offenders in here now than it is anything else.
Right. So before we dig too deep in the prison life, man, I want to know how was your transition from county jail to a federal prison on the other side of the country?
It was a bit of an adjustment, you know, coming from the county jail around people that I know or I'm familiar with, to going straight to California to a medium facility and don't know nobody's from where I'm from. And, you know, it's a bunch of like different organizations and gangs that I've never heard of being from where I'm from that I have to learn about, and I have to learn to move a certain type of way as not to offend anybody or, you know, try not to set nothing off, because, you know, out there in California, you know, the Mexican guys, they get kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And I got a question for you. I got a friend of mine that he actually did a little he did some federal time as well. He did more state time, but he done some federal time as well. And from what he was explaining to me, you know, the California car itself in the federal system is a pretty active car, and it's a pretty deep car. I just kind of want to know, have you seen anything to kind of vouch for that?
I mean, on the, like I can say on the East Coast, there's not too many California dudes over here,
Right.
as it is like on the West Coast. And then on the West Coast, it's like the California car is broke down into sections. Like you got your Southern California car, you got your Northern California car, you got your Bay Area car, and goes from there. The California Mexicans, they're different cars, you know, it's just broke down. It's like not one whole car.
Right, definitely, man. I definitely heard it. I definitely heard it explained that way. So one thing I definitely want to know, man. You know, in your experiences, being on the federal level, and you know, the fact that you come from, you know, this area. From what you've seen, what gangs do you say that you've seen the most of in the federal system, whether it was on the East Coast, the West Coast, the South, or wherever you may have landed at?
Probably see. I mean, I would say you would see more of the blood car because they're more flamboyant and more outspoken than anybody else. That's just on the African American side, but for the most part, you see the Paisas, the Mexican car.
Right, definitely. I definitely heard it explained that way before. So my question to you, how was it that you got into you know, the growth and development? I really don't want to, you know, explain it in too many other details for my viewers, but the ones that know. So
Yeah, man, I was young, getting in trouble. It was around the neighborhood. I was 12 years old when I first started, and I mean, I just kind of took a liking to it. It was like, you know, 6 was my favorite number already. I liked the color blue already. You know, it was just something that kind of stuck with me. And, you know, I was just young and didn't have nothing else better to do with myself.
okay, so let me ask you this, because I've often you know, encountered it, you know, the whole lifestyle as more of a brotherhood and not a, you know, not necessarily a gang. It's definitely,
True.
you know, an organization, but in different places, you know, it's not looked at as an organization. It's looked at as a gang, and it comes with
True.
everything that, you know, any other gang life comes with. So I was wondering, have you not necessarily personally experienced anything like that, but have you seen it? Have you been around people that, you know, were more so on the gang side of the whole organization versus, you know, the main structure of it, you know, the brother of the struggle structure? Have you seen it, you know, guys that are more in line to the game banging side of it, is what I'm trying to ask.
I mean, in the federal system, you're gonna see everybody more on the organization side,
Okay.
and the gang side of it that people see or only want to see is really on the outside. You don't see that in here. Right. Everything in here is organized.
Okay, that's well put. That's well put. One thing that me and you we had a chance to talk about, but I definitely want to share this conversation with my viewers and my subscribers. So how was, you know, it's 2022 now. You know, we're still not, you know, completely, to me, I still don't think we're completely out of the whole COVID era. But if you can you kind of describe how it was, you know, being in your situation, you know, how it was when the whole pandemic started and the changes that you were able to see from within?
I mean, when it first hit, let me say, when they locked us down, well, we still locked down right now. We've been locked down since it first hit in 2020. We've been locked down 2 years now. I mean, it was a lot of changes as far as us. We have to wear masks. We have to sit so far apart from each other in the chow halls. We gotta walk so far apart. We can't play certain sports or can't play contact sports and stuff. Like visits, we get one visit, but we'll get 2 visits a week, one every other week for 1 hour at a time.
Right.
The visits, we got a plastic partition in between you and your visitor. It's non-contact right now.
Wow.
It's a lot of stress.
Oh yeah, definitely is, man. I can imagine. But it's just weird, man, to hear you explain that you know, the administration really trying to get a prison to social distance when there's so many prisons in the world that's overcrowded, and they, you know, want guys to social distance. So that's, you know, that's a conversation by itself. So another thing that I want to kind of tap in, you know, a lot of people, you know, not necessarily guys that I interviewed, but a lot of people in general, you know, they compare, you know, the state system to the federal system. And, you know, it's a lot of guys that think that, you know, the violence level in the federal institution is, you know, what I'm trying to say is that there's more violence in the state levels than the federal levels, is, you know, the stigma that's around. But I kind of want to know if you have any personal experience or encounters that can kind of, you know, vouch to the point that, you know, prison is prison, and, you know, federal prisons are just as dangerous as states.
True, federal prison just as dangerous as state. Only difference is in the federal prison, you're not dealing with people from your same area as you are in the state. You know, in the state, everybody's from their state for the most part. But in the feds, you're dealing with dudes from all the other 49 states.
Right.
So a lot of politics come into play. So when it come down to violence, dudes are more susceptible to talking it out or trying to hash out the problem before it gets violent. Because in the feds, if one person clashes with a car, then the whole car is gonna clash. You know, it's gonna be like, say if one of the Spanish dudes do something to a black dude or something, then it's gonna be blacks against Spanish. It ain't gonna be no just individual incidents. Every now and then you got individual incidents, but that's when it's amongst each other. But dealing with other cars, it's never a one-on-one incident. It's always this group against this group.
Understood. So if you can, man, and, you know, like I said, I done passed my 2-minute timer, so, you know, you can be as graphic as you need to be, but what do you think is, you know, the worst act of violence that you've seen? maybe not, you know, on a personal level that you encounter, but, you know, an act of violence that you have knowledge of?
I mean, the worst one probably seeing dude get his eye stabbed out.
Man, and that was just like I mean, I'm pretty was it over something small? I'm pretty sure it started over something small.
Yeah, it was over something small. He was playing games, and he messed around and played with the wrong one.
Man, and just like that. And I'm pretty sure you know, the reaction from everybody else was just another day, keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving, just another day.
I heard that, definitely, man. Another thing I kind of wanted to tap on, and I can definitely say this is, I definitely have knowledge from different people that I interviewed that is definitely in the state level, definitely this state. But I was wondering, in the federal level, is the rise of K2, the synthetic marijuana, is that, you know, a high demand like it is on the state levels?
Yeah, probably one of the highest demands. But they don't even they use the here, like in the feds, they use the paper. They don't even use the like leafy substance anymore. They get something sprayed on paper.
Oh wow. And you know, we often see you know, it's a lot of different YouTube videos about that, about guys in prison ODing off that. Like, have you seen anything like that?
Yeah, I've seen a few people die from it.
Wow, just like all the way die, like, and just the beat goes on, like just keep it moving, just like yeah. That's sad, man. That's sad. I kind of wanted to tap in on that because you know, I don't really hear people talking about it as much on the federal level, but you know, the guys that I know that are still inside on the state level or that have done state time, I often hear them talk about it a lot, and how that's definitely something that's you know, that's running wild through the compound. And you know,
definitely running wild.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. So I definitely you know, want to take the time to thank you for doing this for me, man. So I definitely think this is a good look. I definitely think this is a good look for both of us. So
been a long time coming.
Oh yeah, definitely been a long time coming. One thing that I want to ask you is, what do you think? I'm trying to adjust the light and talk at the same time, but as of right now, what could I do, you know, to advocate, you know, for your freedom and, you know, to get your? I think we all can agree that, you know, the structure of your sentencing was, you know, way off. So what basically what I'm asking, like, what is your next step in trying to do something about that?
Right now, I'm about to file for clemency again and see what I can see how that goes. If that don't work, I might try to file for a compassionate release again. And hopefully some of these new laws come into effect. They got some stuff out right now that you can earn extra good time, but because I'm a violent offender, I can't get any of it. They basically saying violent offenders can't be rehabilitated.
Oh, okay. Well, that just goes with that. But I definitely want you to keep fighting the good fight, man, and definitely don't give up, man, because you know, just like I know, one day soon, man, and before we old men at that, we're gonna be doing this in person. So
most definitely.
And before we middle aged men, let me elaborate just a little bit more. So I definitely want you to yeah, man, like I said, just keep fighting the good fight, man. Never give up, man. And the things that you're doing now, just keep on doing. I'm pretty sure there's different type of programs that you can enter to you know, kind of help get you in the right direction, you know, as far as like you know, you know, even though I don't have personal knowledge of it, but you know, from the interviews I've done and the stories that I hear, you know, I definitely know that, you know, all prison, whether it's state or federal, is supposed to be some type of rehabilitation, even though it's very little. But you know, the resources that are available, man, just take advantage of it. That's all I can really say as far as like what advice I can give you. But yeah, just take advantage of all your resources and I'm gonna keep doing my part. So yeah, we definitely gonna wrap things up right now, man. I want you to be as safe as you possibly can be, man, and just keep striving, man. Definitely, man. It's been
All right.
another. If it's nothing else, man, I don't want to cut you off, but I definitely know that time is the essence. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to cut you off. But if that's it, man, this has been another edition of More to Live For, exclusive interview, live from the feds. Tapping in. Peace and blessings. Why settle for less when your last name's more? G be the reason, folks. You take it easy.
Already, G.
Already.